Hello everyone, so today I am doing Q&A number 2 where I answer questions that I was sent anywhere on this channel or any of my videos or social media platforms where I answer them in a video. So if you have questions, you can feel free to ask and I will answer it in a video so that everyone can hear who also has similar question that they haven't asked or just been curious, so that they can vibrate to it and hear it as well. So it is time to let go when you're feeling frustrated, when you cannot come up with the answers, when you're just having all these questions, when you're feeling heavy. It is time to let go. But you do not have to get to that point to let go. That was me in the past. I used to have to get to that frustrated point to where I just surrender. So you can just naturally let go by understanding that everything will line up in its own way and timing, and you cannot control it from a physical aspect, and you cannot understand it or manipulate it. So you want to live in that space, in that vibration of being detached, of just going with the flow, and you've let it go when you're not trying to figure it out anymore, when you're just living in the present moment and following your bliss and doing inspired actions. No, there isn't a certain amount of time that you have to visualize. In fact, every moment of the day you are visualizing. So visualization isn't just about setting aside time, sitting in a corner and deliberately thinking about your desires. You can do that if you choose to do it, but any attention, any awareness you give to the thing you desire, that is visualization. That is creation. Or if you're just remembering, or I like to make my visualizations as natural as possible. So I may just be sitting at the park and feeling really good, and then I may just use that energy to visualize my desire. So you don't have to visualize for 2 weeks or a month. The moment you ask for something, the moment you set an intention, it is done. The only thing that keeps our desires away is beliefs that contradicts what we're asking for, or feelings of unworthiness, or other thought patterns that isn't in alignment with your higher self. That is the only hindrance. It's not that you're not visualizing enough, because think about it. Look at how many times we just think of a friend, or we think of Pepsi, and it just manifests so effortlessly and easily, and we probably only did it once. We didn't do it for an hour or for 2 weeks. And I have an example. 2 weeks ago I was sitting at the park and I was talking to my fiance, and we talked about this mall called Aventura and how it will be great to go there. It's far away from our home, so we only went there once about 3 years ago, and we never went back since. And we were just feeling really good, basking in the sun. And while we're talking about it, that you're visualizing while you're talking. And the next day my brother texted me and he said, "Hey Tyiece, would you like to go to the mall with me?" And I said yes. And then when I went to his home, he announced to me that we were going to Aventura Mall, and he never invited me to go to Aventura Mall, and I haven't went to that mall in 3 years. So that one session, we were only talking about it for like 2 minutes, and it manifested that fast. So no, you do not have to visualize for a set amount of time. Visualize whenever you feel like visualizing. If it feels right to visualize for 2 weeks, do it, because everyone have different belief patterns. Visualizing for an hour may be your thing, but to someone else, they don't have to they just visualize for 10 minutes and let it go. But do understand that any attention you give to your desire, you are creating it. Whether you're looking at it on a brochure, on a website, you're closing your eyes and using your imagination to visualize it, you're talking about it, any attention whatsoever you're giving to it, you're creating it. So I felt like I answered this in the last question, but any thought you give towards your desire is visualization. So I feel like you're gonna naturally think about it here and there, like, you know, as long as you're thinking about it from a place of gratitude and feeling good about it, then you know that your beliefs are in alignment with it. And it doesn't matter, you know, how many times you think about it, as long as it's all about the feelings behind what you're thinking. So if you feel good when you think about it, if you feel gratitude when you think about it, then it's okay. And yeah, it's gonna pop in your mind here and there, so you're gonna naturally think about what you like, what you love. So yeah, it is the same rule for manifesting anything, because everything is energy. From the universe's standpoint, you know, everything is energy. When we filter ourselves through this body, we impose a lot of limitations upon objects. So we label them as big, as small, as easy, as hard. So it's always the same rule to manifest any object, whatever it is. So as far as improving a relationship, all of your relationships are reflections of yourself. So if you wish to have improved relationships, you have to shift your beliefs about yourself. You know, everyone is mirroring back to you your beliefs and what you most likely believe to be true. So to improve relationships, you have to improve. You have to elevate your vibration, your frequency. You have to, you know, let go of limiting beliefs regarding that type of relationship. You have to be the mirror, and then that person changes, or that person leaves and makes room for someone else who matches the frequency of the energy you're emitting. Because we have an imagination, you cannot control other people's free will as far as where their consciousness is. So if it isn't in their consciousness or their path to become this new reflection of yourself, then they will naturally, you know, fade away from your life, and you will find yourself with people that match that new frequency. Me personally, I don't impose upon anyone's free will when I'm manifesting anything, because, you know, I see everyone as co-creators. So when I desire something, I just be the change, or I, you know, intend what I desire, and I allow whatever needs to happen or whoever needs to come into the picture to fulfill that desire. Well, for example, let's say I want a loving relationship, but my present partner isn't loving towards me. My goal isn't to make my partner more loving towards me. My goal is to become more loving towards myself and to love my partner unconditionally, regardless of what that person chooses to do or not, and then allow the outside to reflect my new frequency. So whether it comes in my partner changing and becoming loving towards me, or it comes where, you know, that relationship ends and then someone new comes into the picture who matches the frequency and who is loving towards me. Because we cannot impose upon other people's free will. We don't have to control anybody outside of ourselves. The power is within. So thank you so much for asking these beautiful questions, and it was such an honor to answer them. I really enjoy this stuff. I love metaphysics. I love it. It's fun to me. It's a hobby. It's like so exhilarating. It's so exciting. So thank you for allowing me to express my passion and to co-create with you. I hope that I answered your question the way you would like. If not, you can let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Bye bye.